Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
How to get jacked. Lift heavy things.
Yeah.
For sure.
Lift heavy weights. Do it consistently.
Yeah.
Eat more food than you burn.
Yeah.
I don't understand the whole workout. Like, workout advice on a base level, and like there's definitely like more to it and stuff you can do, but like weight loss or muscle gain, like 90% of it is just the base things.
Yeah.
Work out consistently.
Eat.
Properly.
Yeah.
You know,
That's it.
even if you're trying to lose weight, eat less. Move more.
Yeah, move more.
Yeah,
Good one.
That's about it.
Oh, yeah.
Eat less. Move more.
I mean, I always say, because like people do ask me these questions sometimes, and
Yeah.
I always say just like, do whatever you think is fun.
Okay.
Do whatever you think is
Yeah.
fun, because then you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Because the most important thing is doing something.
yeah.
Just
move.
something,
Yeah.
and you'll make progress.
Yeah.
Because most people like are like, oh, how do I do this? How do I like maximize my time in the gym, or like make it the most?
Yeah.
How should I optimize it
Yeah.
so I don't have to be there that much? It's like no, just
just-
figure out
just
how
be
to
there.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Figure out a way to enjoy
Do
it, whether
the-
that's lifting or
Yeah.
some sort of
Do the
sport,
lifts that you
running.
like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because
If
sure,
you hate some specific lift and it's uncomfortable for you, then don't do
don't
it.
do it. Because that's the thing. Maybe it'll be suboptimal, but don't know it's even less optimal. Not going.
not going,
Because you're not going to go if you don't think it's fun.
Yeah.
How did you develop your analysis skills, and what are some good ways to think critically about media? I think this is an interesting question because I don't think it's ever something I've done intentionally.
Yeah.
But I don't even think I'm like amazing at it. But I guess
Sure.
I'd look at it more as just like understanding what I'm watching rather than like analysis, if you will.
Yeah. I don't even think of it as analysis. I think it's just, what is this work trying to say? How is it saying it? Can I understand that? And then the only analysis is, to what degree of quality do I think this is functioning?
Or just like being able to explain why
Something
it
is
impacted
better.
you.
Yeah.
And that's really it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I think it's just important to understand what you like and be very true to that.
Yeah.
Figure out what you like, what in the work is making that happen, and then look for works that do that.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
that's really it.
Yeah.
For us, it's some character going on some journey to learn something that can be applied into life and affirms life.
Yeah.
If you like cool car chase scenes, then look for cool car chase scenes,
Yeah.
and then you'll be better at analysis.
Fuck yeah.
Because that's what you
You
like.
can analyze cool car
Yeah,
chases.
because that's what you like. And
That's
it's
what
like,
you
okay, what makes a cool car chase scene? How is it cool?
Yeah.
Because there are plenty of car chase scenes that aren't cool.
There are
So
plenty of
then
car
you-
chases that fucking suck.
So just think about what do you like in a car chase scene?
Yeah.
And then when you see something that does have that, you'll be able to explain why it works for you.
Yep.
And when you see something that doesn't have that, you'll say, okay, the absence of this is why it's bad. And it's just that for anything.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of people asked me today, just like, what makes a character good? Like, how do you go about assessing like a character's quality or a story's quality? And these are really the same thing, at least how we view it.
Yeah.
Like, how good is a character? How good is a show?
Yeah.
That's the same question.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But it's kind of it's a broader conversation, but like, it's also not. It's also pretty simple, right? Like, to what degree does this character explore the ideas and emotions central to their conflict? What does that conflict lead to? What does it conclude? What does it say? How well is that earned? That's really it. And those are the only things that you need to be asking.
Yeah, at least for our perspective on things.
Yeah.
We don't really care about car chases.
No.
Though the one in the Batman was really good.
Yeah. I think it can get complex when you think about like other things that add to it, right? Like how does music and atmosphere add to a Kari's character development is a much more difficult question than how does BoJack's mom's character add to his character arc.
Yeah.
You know, that is a lot more direct. That's a lot easier to figure out than like the Akari question.
For sure. Though I guess I wonder with people, since we brought up, can a character be better than a work?
Yep.
This isn't necessary. This is the reverse. Can a character be worse than a work? Which is true. I agree.
Yes.
But it's very rare that I'll have like the best character be worse than the work.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people do. And I wonder if the reason that happens so much is that a lot of people might not think the same way I do about protagonists, where like everything in the presentation of the events should be adding to the protagonist's
I think a lot of people don't see. I think a lot of people,
because that's what you were saying with like Akari.
Yeah, I think a lot of people consider what I'd say like are side elements of a story, right? Be it atmosphere or like technical things like lighting in a movie or something like that.
Yeah.
They will consider those to be more significant than I would say they actually are. And then B, they would not consider those as adding to the central like thread of the narrative.
Yeah.
And that being the main character, which it very much is. If you have a story that is, and maybe you have a movie that is not character centric at all, then fair enough. But if you have a movie that is a standard story structure with the main character who is going on some sort of journey, learning something, whatever, and the use of lighting is fantastic in a way that you'd want to bring it up.
Yeah.
That is almost guaranteed to be adding something to that main character.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Unless you just think it looks pretty.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like, I don't know. I definitely do prefer the character journey to something looking pretty.
Yeah.
But then, but I think those things tie in for sure.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that those are more difficult to recognize, and if you were to do more of a three-dimensional character analysis rather than just explaining conflict and resolution, then you'd be talking more about those type of things.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, too, even when you have a lot of those things, they just end up being neat details.
That's the other thing. Like, I almost feel like
changing how you feel about the character.
I almost feel like I'm in a weird spot where I simultaneously value these like other things more than a lot of people and also less than a lot of people because I don't value them at all on their own.
Yeah.
But I think I value how they tie into the like main point of the story a lot more than other people.
Yeah.
Because you brought this up a while ago with people like compartmentalizing like different scores of quality where it's like, oh, it's this in animation or like this in cinematography.
Yeah, we used to do this
like,
too.
This in voice acting or acting. And it's like this in story, this in plot, this in characters. And it's like, makes them average. But it's like,
I think that's a terrible way to do things. I think it's very disingenuous and almost dishonest.
Yeah.
And what that allows you to do is not really look at the overall expression of the core of the story, why it exists and what its point is, and the actual like main thread and what that impact on you is. And instead you're creating this field of quality with all of these different elements that you can manipulate and play up and play down a little bit here and there to just manipulate to whatever score you want to arrive at. You know, when you have people who rate things or try to assess art by all of these different categories, they almost come to their conclusion baselessly and then validate it with all of these side categories.
See, and so here's my thing with that is I think it's totally fine to come up with like your feelings just immediately. And then
if you want to just rate, I liked this much, I think it should be this score. And you want to validate it, go for it. Just don't do it dishonestly. Just explain why you think it should be that score.
That's what I was about to say. It's like this is just sort of, it feels like a very easy way and like easily understood way to do things to break it up like this. But if that's not, that's probably not the reason you like this. It'd be weird if you just like valued all these different things equally and like in a vacuum. With like this lighting isn't adding to whatever. Then it just feels kind of weird. But
if you think Gintama is a 10, you probably don't think that animation quality is a significant reason that you're putting it as a category at all equal to humor and cast.
That's fair.
You know, you're just not. It's Gintama.
And then I guess that kind of ties back to the question of how do you get better at analysis or understanding what you're watching? It's
be able to explain your thoughts.
Look within why you like something and figure out why you genuinely like it and not sort of try to fit it to a standard that was set up by someone else. Because like, I don't know if this person was, but if someone was like looking for like our particular values, it's like, I don't know, those are your values, then
those are
then great. But like if they're not, then ours aren't better. I mean, they are, but like we shouldn't say that.
We shouldn't.
No, we are. No.
Well, we just try to be logically consistent because that's what it's been. It's just been us talking about this type of thing for years now and finding inconsistencies and saying, hey, this doesn't actually make any sense when you hold it under a microscope, right?
To some extent, to some extent, I found that like these are just sort of very much my legitimate feelings.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times when we found those inconsistencies, it's been with things that I am not super attached to.
Sure.
So, to some extent, I do think a lot of it is just figuring out what you like and being able to see like the intricacies of why you like it and be able to explain that.
Yeah.
Did you have more to add, or can I move on to?
Go for it.
Okay.
Move on.
Just talk about how good Arya is. Arya is so good. It's so good.
It's super enjoyable. I'm like sad that I stopped watching it.
Yeah.
Because it's just
watch the sequel. There's like 3 episodes of them as like adults.
Oh really?
Yeah. And then there's 2 movies of them as adults.
Oh nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There's 3 episodes and 2 movies.
Cool. All right. I will do that.
And then you see like the next generation too.
Nice.
Yeah. There's more Arya.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen the movies either.
Perfect.
So yeah, Arya's great. Best kids show opening.
Yeah, I saw people discussing that, and then with Teen Titans as the like slide cover for whatever that discussion forum was.
So like, yeah, it's probably Teen Titans, but I'm definitely partial.
The Japanese one for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely partial to the '94 Spider-Man the animated series.
Oh yeah, so good.
It's
hell yeah.
It's kind of bad, but like I love it.
It's a terrible opening. It's just like awkward, like 2000s.
Yeah,
not even new. I don't even know what the fuck genre that is.
I don't know. It's wonderful though.
Yeah. So sad.
Did you have more questions that you wanted to go through, or
not particularly?
How would you improve Homunculus? I actually wanted to answer this one.
Okay.
Because I think Homunculus sucks, and the main way, the like big criticism is it's like condemn Nakoshi for like his actions, and if you had him like learn why they're wrong and move on, that'd been great. I think the way they like showed his conflict was really interesting in the like flawed way he understands others, showing that if they could have tied that to one actually showing that it was flawed because they don't. So if they were like, yeah, he is flawed in how he understands others, and that is why he is, harming them instead of actually helping them. But the story just has him help them.
Yeah.
And then have that tie into how he's viewing himself, and then have him come to a greater understanding of himself and resolve his issues. Basically, make him Araragi.
Hell yeah.
That's how you make Homunculus better.
Yeah.
Is make it Monogatari.
That's valid.
And that's what I have.
Reasonable.
Do we want to cut things here? Because I think we were trying to stay less on time this time.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. There will be more.
Yes, there will. All right. Piss.
Balls.
Mm-hmm.